What is up, homies? My name is Felix and I'm here back again with another video for you all today. And in this video here today, you already know we're making a Yeat type beat. We're making a Yeat beat here, ladies and gentlemen. For those of you who aren't familiar with Yeat, you definitely should be. Go listen to some of his music. It's pretty dope. I actually like his style quite a lot. So yeah, I don't have too much more to say. Yes, I did buy this just for this video, but I am kind of dripping in it, not gonna lie though. But yeah, before we get into this video, make sure you guys go check out my Instagram and my SoundCloud down in the description below, along with the playlist of songs I produced, my beat store, my Discord, all that stuff. Go check it out if you'd like to do so. I also just dropped a new drum kit, so definitely go cop that. And now we can get into this video. All right, so here we are inside of FL Studio. So first things first, as far as the tempo goes, the beats are gonna be around like the 150 BPM range. I would say anywhere from like 135 to like 160-ish would be fine. Or you can make the BPM literally whatever you want. It's totally up to you, but I'm gonna go with 142 here today. And the first thing I'm gonna do here is start off with a melody. So I'm gonna be using Serum for pretty much every sound in this beat. However, you can use whatever synth you have at your disposal. I know people like Vital quite a lot. It's a free one. And there's a billion other plugins out there, but I'm just gonna use Serum because that's what I'm most comfortable with. Real quick, I wanna give a shout out to this Burnt Bridges guy because he has a really good Serum sound bank for this. But yeah, so the initial sound, the main sound for your beat, it doesn't really matter too much what it is. You can do a little pad sound, a little arpeggio, pretty much whatever you want. Just keep it really simple and make sure you can add a couple more counter melodies on top of it. But what I'm going to be going with is like some synthy keys type sound. I'm going to add a little bit of a filter on it because it's a little bit too harsh for me. And then the bit crusher effect that's on here is a little bit too extreme, so I'm going to turn that down a little bit. So now that we've got a pretty good pad sound here, we're going to make a little chord progression here. And it's going to be really simple, literally just 2 chords. Personally, what I found sounds best is having some chords that are like kind of squished together to create some tension. Normally you'd have like a 7th chord or something like this. Sounds kind of happy, maybe it'd be like a Playboy Cardi type beat or something. However, we're making a Yeat type beat, not a Playboy Cardi type beat. So we're gonna take some of these notes and just kind of squish them together. And now we have a little chord like this. Sounds kind of like a horror movie soundtrack, but that's what we're going for. We want a very dark, intense kind of chord here. So having a couple notes here that are right next to each other, maybe having one that's like 1 space away, and then just put one other note to add like a little overtone or something. So the little 2-chord chord progression that I got here sounds like this. But like I was saying, you don't have to have a pad sound. You could do a little like arpeggio type thing like this. This right here could be our main melody if we wanted to. But yeah, for these beats, you want to keep them really simple because obviously Yeat's got to have room to flow over the top of the beat. So now another pretty essential component of these Yeat type beats is having a nice little lead sound in there. So for the lead sound, you can pretty much use anything you want. A simple little sine wave lead will work perfectly fine, and pretty much any plugin that you have is going to have something that you can use. So for the chords, you can see I had a little break in between them. For the lead sound, you want to keep it going pretty continuous throughout the whole beat, and you want to just keep the pattern very simple but also very catchy. You could do something like this. I'm going to do something similar to this, but have the notes be a little bit longer. So I'm just going to do this little melody right here. So yeah, now what I'm going to do is actually add a little bass sound, but it's going to be filtered out when all the drums are playing and everything. So yeah, we're going to filter that out, but it's still going to add some nice layering to the chords, which is going to be a good thing to do. And with this, we are literally just going to copy the root notes of the chords. So yeah, now there's one final thing I want to add for the melody, and it's just going to be another little counter melody type thing. And it's going to be this sound right here. And I'm basically just going to copy this chord right here. And then I'm going to add a little something up here. Yeah, I think it sounds pretty cool like this, and that's pretty much the whole melody completed. We literally have 4 sounds, all from the same plugin, all from the same bank, except for I tweaked the sounds a little bit. But still, the point being, you don't have to overcomplicate your melodies and stuff. If you want to, maybe add a couple little layers here and there. As long as you have a good catchy sounding melody and you're vibing out to the beat, you'll be pretty much fine. But yeah, so now that we have the melody completed, I'm gonna move on to the drums. With your drum sounds, you can just go with some pretty standard trap style drums. Just make sure you have 808, hi-hat, clap, couple perk sounds, no kick. I mean, unless you want to have a kick, but a lot of the beats don't have kicks. So yeah, the first thing you want to do is obviously take your clap sound, put it in the usual spot like this. And sometimes some of Yeat's beats, I feel like I'm Dr. Seuss or something. Some of Yeat's beats have just a simple 2-step hi-hat pattern like this, with maybe a couple rolls here and there like this. However, for my hi-hats, I'm going to copy the same pattern that was in Fire, which is a pretty fire Yeat song, and basically the pattern just goes like this. It's just a triplet pattern throughout the whole beat, just keeping it really simple here. And then all the other drum sounds, doesn't really matter how you fit them in. Your open hat can maybe go like here. Personally for me, I'm gonna put it right here. And then as far as your little percussion sound, you can substitute that out for like a little Beethoven snare or something like that. But I'm just gonna put these here and here. And that's just like the typical accent snare or accent percussion type pattern. So whatever 808 it is that you choose, it's important that you do one thing. The way that I like to do it is take this envelope and make like a little table. So you're gonna bring the attack down, the hold up, this down, this up, and this down. And then it's gonna make a little... And having the envelope be like a little square table shape, this will make it to where the 808 only plays for as long as you're holding down the key. It stops the sample when I take my finger off the key as opposed to... But that's not really all that important. What is important is making sure you go to the attack right here and turn up the attack just a little bit like that, so that instead of your 808 hitting super hard right away, it kind of swells in a little bit. I see a lot of people just do that and then be like, that's how you make the Yeat 808. However, what I personally like to do is turn up the out a little bit so that the 808 gets a little bit shorter, and then go here. Make sure you have a soft clipper on, by the way. I turn this boost up a little bit, and this way, the 808 is still hitting hard without having a super hard transient right at the beginning, and it just gives it this really nice sound. It just sounds good, so that's why I do it. Again, we're just gonna copy these bass notes right here, and then you can honestly just make a really simple pattern. So yeah, that right there is the drums, but there's one more little thing that I want to add here. The piece de resistance, or whatever kind of thing. The bell. As you know, the song was probably already turned, but we're just gonna add a bell to it, you know, just for fun, just because we can. And with the bell pattern, I'm obviously keeping it very simple, once again, as if I was gonna do anything complicated at this point in the video. So yeah, at this point, we pretty much have the whole beat finished. The one important thing that I do want to show you is the laying out of the beat, the arranging, the arrangement, the sequencing of the beat. So there's a couple little things that are definitely going to be important because this is a very simple beat. As you can see, it's like a 4-bar loop throughout the whole thing. So you want to add a couple things in there to make it a little bit more interesting. So speaking of simple beats, I'm pretty much just going to control B this thing the whole way across. And here's our beat. Thank you guys for watching. See you next time. What I like to do is just add a couple little transitions in there so that you're not just listening to the same 4-bar loop for 3 minutes. The first one is a little tape stop effect, which I don't actually have right now because I just lost all my plugins recently. Another thing that you can use, my personal favorite here, is probably before the bell drops in, I'm just going to do like a little stutter thing. Basically, it just sounds like this. And the way that I did that is I just went to the last bar here, and then I just went one section in and just cut this part out right here, and then just copy this over like this. And I'm actually gonna shorten this copy right here, and then move it over to here, and then just copy it over one more time here, and it's just gonna sound like this. Pretty cool. So yeah, that's a really good transition there, and then just have the bell drop in or have a couple other sounds drop in or something like that. Another thing you can do, a classic, is just to cut out the hi-hats right before a new section drops in, so do like this. If you want a video that's just straight up transitions you can use for your beats, I have one right here you can check out. But yeah, so that's pretty much it as far as the layout and stuff goes. At the end, I'll probably just have a little volume fade out, and then, you know, just call it a day. That's pretty much it. So then as far as the mixing, there's really nothing crazy here. If you need a little help with mixing your beats, definitely go check out this video here. I did that a while back. That should help you as well. But yeah, honestly, I think that's pretty much gonna do it for me in this video. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this little Yeat type beat tutorial. I know everybody's doing Yeat videos right now, but I figured I had to make one as well. I think this beat is actually pretty fire. And for those of you who are wondering, wait, didn't you post this beat before you lost your hard drive and stuff? The answer is yes. What I actually had to do is go to my beat store and download the stems from there, and then basically remake the beat. I had to find all the presets and everything, but I just really like this beat a lot, and I wanted to use this for this tutorial. But yeah, so that's pretty much gonna do it for me in this video. Make sure you guys go check out my Instagram and my SoundCloud down in the description below, along with the playlist of songs I produced, my beat store, my Discord, all that stuff. Go check it out if you'd like to do so. Make sure you go to feezostore.com, go cop yourself some fire drip, and I will see you guys next time.
With this one, feezo.
I've been laying low, waiting for the payroll. Once I get it, know I got it, I ain't never letting go. Well shit, cause I said so. Hit a KO with a sick flow. Pick up, talk shit, can't money